Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschatitare. You know, it's the lag end of an Ekadashi, Yogini Ekadashi. And the lag end barely got any energy at all. Okay, here. So both of the mics of mine have now been not unfunctioning. So hope this comes out. I hope the sound and I hope my voice can keep up. Yogini Ekadashi. Now this is from the Ekadashi Swarupa Darshana, put together by disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. Pretty good. Sometimes they bring it up. Sometimes persons may not see it it's not totally shastric, but many times they're bringing it up so that it's understandable. Better if you read something that's understandable. So it's not going to be like put as this is a shastric evidence and, something like that. But more like, let's get it understandable to the person. Okay, here we go. Yogini Ekadashi appears during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashara. That's June, July. Now, the entity here we're going to be talking about is Sati Devi, the consort of Lord Shiva Thakur. She had a very close and intimate relationship with her husband, but it was this same proximity that caused her to be taken away from him. How was it ever possible? Because when people become intimate with their superiors, there's always a risk of familiarity, which breeds contempt, as they may start to take that the worshipful superior is for granted. As a result, they begin to think themselves to be no less than their superiors, and they start to disobey or neglect the orders and advice from them. They may still see them as guardians and ask them questions, but upon receiving an answer, they do not follow with that same initiative. This is an offensive mentality marked by the defiance and neglect. So you're defying the authority and you're neglecting them. Such callousness is unacceptable within bhakti, which is characterized by full-fledged respect for the superior. Vaidhi Bhakti, the regulative principle, there's two types of bhaktis. One is Vaidhi Bhakti, and it's mostly defined as bhakti with rules and regulations. And the Maryada, the etiquette of it. They're from a solid platform on which Raganuga Bhakti then can come into being. So first you have to establish a very solid platform and understand the rules and regulations. Then you can come into Raganuga Bhakti. Only someone who truly has developed Prem Bhakti can, in a very natural way, cross over the Maryada. Maryada means the the rules on how to perform something. There's always laws and rules on how to perform something in the right way. But somebody who is qualified can go over this. Yet, even at that time, he will maintain a conviction that his Guru Varga are his most worshipful instructors, and that all the Vaishnavas are worthy of respect. Yeah, the highest respect. They should always remember this. If instead we think, oh, my glories are widely broadcast, and I have many followers now, I have a lot of power, hence I can neglect Guru and the Vaishnavas, we will be ruined completely. So Shiva Thakur, the greatest of all Vaishnavas, this is also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he is Mahadev. Together with him, Sati Devi would engage in many devotional practices. While listening to Shiva Thakur speak Harikatha and also to perform Kirtan, she would sometimes sit on his lap, and thus she became famous for being Shiva Thakurani's consort. He gave her all facilities and opportunities to practice bhakti. But Sachi Devi became very proud of herself. As such, she first cursed her husband's god brothers. One of her husband's god brothers was Chitraketu Maharaj. We know the story of Chitraketu. And some more also. She she even dared to test Sri Ramachandra. She tried to test Lakshman, Ramachandra and Sita. She wanted to see if Ramachandra was truly God. Although she had seen Shiva Thakur offer obeisances to Lord Ram and do Prikram around him many times, a desire on Ram's gathered precedence in Sita's heart. So she had a desire to test whether Ram was actually God. Such is the result of pride. When the devotee newly joins a temple, he is unknown to the wider circle of the devotees. But later, when the power and the blessing of the Vaishnavas, he obtains the senior position, he becomes famous in the devotees' realm. If not checked, such fame can easily bewilder and give pride, leaving the devotee to become careless in his activities. He will then no longer respect anyone, thinking himself better than most. He will start to neglect all the others. Shiva Thakur is the follower of, excuse me, Shiva Thakur is the follower of Vaishnavism. He naturally follows all the rules of bhakti and has no relationship with those who do not follow the path of pure bhakti devotional service. He gives no chance for the development of any relationship that are independent and are not rooted in bhakti. Seeing Sati Devi's behavior, Lord Shiva Thakur decided to perform an operation on her to free her from such disease within her heart. Pride was in her heart. He could not simply forgive her for the offensive way she had acted or committed the offenses. Shiva Thakur then said, "O Sati, you can choose to act as you wish. You are independent and you would have followed the bhakti. I would have made you differentiate between right and wrong. But why should I instruct you when you don't follow what I tell you? You disobey me and you act as you wish. If I were to give you further instructions, you would only neglect my instructions again, all of them even more, thus further continuing to commit more offenses. It is for this same reason, expressed here by Shiva Thakur, that the Guru Varga never tells much to those who surround them. They are not the servants of their slaves, or the slaves of their slaves and their followers, and are not the indebted to anyone. The Guru Varga are ready to help anyone who comes to them to perform bhakti and also bhajan. Their help is easily accessible for those that who follow bhakti rules and regulations, but they remain neutral towards those who do not follow. Some people think themselves to be the wife, the friend, the father, the mother, the sibling of a great devotee. Or they may think themselves to be that devotee's disciples, or even guru. They may think themselves even guru. Yet, if they have no true interest in bhakti and do not follow Vaishnava etiquette, their self-acclaimed mundane relationships with the Vaishnavas will be no value at all to the pure devotee. Mahaprabhu never tolerated any transgression of the standards, Vaishnava etiquette. His stance on this has been recorded in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Lord would strictly chastise anyone guilty of breaching the Vaishnava etiquette. He would not forgive those who deliberately disobeyed the rules and regulations of devotional service. Similarly, Lord Shiva Thakur was also very strong. Although Sati Devi was his own wife, he didn't make a compromise at all with her. Instead, he gravely told her, "You no longer have any position or qualification, adhikari, at all." Now that was because she was testing even Lord Ram. Although I said Sri Ram is the Supreme Lord, you didn't believe me. You doubted me, and you went to test him. You also cursed Chitraketu Maharaj. And although I told you not to go to your father's house, you went anyways. How? Yeah, she went to her house for the, okay, she went anyways. How intelligent you are, is that right? Remarked Lord Shiva sarcastically. The kind of intelligence Shiva Thakur is referring to here is called Prakriti Buddhi, or mundane intelligence only. A great problem persists for the jivas as long as they do not cross over Maya by neglecting and disobeying Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, and all their sukriti will gradually be diminished till finally not even a trace of that sukriti would remain. Consequently, their heart will become hard, just like a rock, devoid of any kind of softness and sweetness, lacking love and affection. Everything will turn bad. They will consider everyone to be bad, dirty, and full of faults. A mood will enter into their hearts that everybody is guilty of many wrongs. Only I am faultless of everything. Thus, not considering the advice and classes of the devotees to be sweet and helpful, they will be unprotected. Everything will be bitter to them. And some may even begin to think there are no more Vaishnavas left in this world. Me and my followers are the only ones that are devotees. Those who do not follow me are not actually followers of Srila Gurudev. Only those who worship and follow me are doing factual Guru Puja. I represent Srila Gurudev, and any other person who also claims to do so is useless. Although others also follow the rules and regulations of bhakti, they will say, if you do not follow me, you are bogus. Why does this nature come in? Why is the heart not filled with softness and sweetness? Why can't we respect everyone and be humble? The reason for this shortcoming is that we disobey and neglect the orders, instructions of the Vaishnavas. We are careless and fearless. We consider everyone to be insignificant. The mentality stems from the false pride and ego. Shiva Thakur told Sati Devi, although many of my followers are ghosts, witches, hobgoblins, I always respect everyone. I I always chant the holy name of the Lord and engage in his service. I never distance myself from him and his devotees, and protect myself in all this way. Therefore, I have no problems. However, since Sati Devi did not follow the Vaishnava etiquette, Shiva Thakur finally rejected her. He cut her off all ties and relationships to her. Unable to tolerate the separation from her husband, Sati Devi burned herself, yet even after being reborn as Parvati, the daughter of the Himalayas, she still could not find happiness. Everybody knows this story from childhood. She suffered greatly. Shiva was always disturbed and did not love anyone else. Okay? Oh, excuse me, not Shiva. She was always disturbed and did not love anyone, not even her own parents. Her heart was dry, devoid of any love at all. Seeing her position, Narada Rishi came. Jai Narada Rishi, thank you very much. Narada Rishi is Guru. He is not just a Guru, he is Jagat Guru, the Guru of the entire universe. He is not just Guru, he is Jagat Guru, Guru of the whole universe. He is an expansion of the Lord, and therefore has love and affection for all the living entities. He does not neglect anyone at all. Narada thus came and said, O Parvati Devi, you are the daughter of the Himalayas, but you should not let this fact make you so proud. Don't consider yourself to be the more exalted than others. If your pride becomes as high as your father's peaks of his mountain, you will not realize anything at all. Therefore, you must now engage in doing bhajan. Narada Rishi then related Parvati's past life to her. Hari Om. This is the Guru's duty. He always provides the disciple and concerns himself with how to engage everyone in the service of the Lord. It is only for this purpose that Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas sometimes perform a heart operation on the conditioned soul. It is to help remove stubborn diseases like pride. This surgery and treatment is necessary. Narada Rishi then told Parvati, although you follow bhakti, you are not really engaged in the full-fledged devotional service of the Lord. Why is this? Because bhakti is present in the heart of his bhaktas. Very good. Bhakti. Hence, you have distanced yourself from the bhaktas, and in that way you have distanced yourself from bhakti. Parvati Devi then asked, "O Guru, please tell me, I can come to truly and continuously follow bhakti and also Bhagavan. Shiva Thakur is my Lord and my Guru. He is not an ordinary personality. Yet Having lost my intelligence, I committed an offense at his lotus feet. Consulting her, Narada then said, "Do not worry, you will be reappointed in the service of Shiva Thakur, for that Maha Bhagavat Vaishnava is your eternal husband. You will not be in a relationship with anyone else. You will have great respect for the Lord Vishnu and all the other gods, but you will follow only your Lord Shiva." Parvati then asked, "How can I become a yogini? How can I correct or connect myself to the Supreme Lord through yoga? How can I stop myself from going down in the wrong path? How can I stop myself from being independent mentality, independent from the Lord and his devotees? How can I stop myself from following my own mind and all my senses? O Great One, please you instruct me." Narada then replied, "There is only one way to protect yourself, and that is to follow Ekadashi. Madhavatiti Bhakati Janani." Srila Sanatana Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami have stated in the Hari Bhakti Vilas that Ekadashi Devi, is the mother of Bhakti itself. It is she who makes everyone's senses qualified and resilient for Bhakti. She provides the treatment for the conditioned souls by first making them and engaging them in the service of the Lord. She facilitates. This is Ekadashi Bhakti. She facilitates for the Madhava Seva. Hence, Parvati was told to be a yogini by following Ekadashi. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Vraj Devis chanted, Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayogini Adrishaye. Okay. Srimati Radhika, who grants the association and service of Nanda Gopal Sutam. She, Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Hence, Narada Rishi told Parvati, if you become the follower of the Mahayogini, you will become the yogini as well. Yogini Ekadashi, okay, so that's why this Ekadashi is called Yogini Ekadashi, because Sati wanted to become a yogini. So, Yogini Ekadashi offers the chance to become a yogini instead of a bogini. If you have no relationship with the Swarup Shakti, Sri Radharani, Srimati Radharani, all your austerities will be fruitless. Everything you do will be a representation of Bahiranga, Maya only, the power of Maya only. Only Swarup Shakti is useful. Ekadashi Devi, the mother of Bhakti, can give you the opportunity to connect to that Swarup Shakti. Only Ekadashi arranges many programs for the personality like you to become a yogini. If you become a bhogini, you only engage yourself in your own sense gratification. Instead, you must always think, how can I use my senses, 100%, in other words, in the service of Madhava? Only the Vraj Devis and the Manjaris have this mood and power, as they are the loyal followers, they're very loyal followers of Srimati Radhika. They all have a permanent relationship with the Supreme Goddess, who herself selects and authorizes them for the service of the Lord. Those who followers of the Vraj Devis can develop the permanent relationship with the Vaishnavas. Then they will never cross the proper etiquette, Maryada, the proper etiquette. Okay, the proper etiquette, and again, their hearts will never be dry. Parvati Devi thought, yes, Shiva Thakur spoke to me many times about the glories of Srimati Radhika and the Vraj Gopis. He would always pray to her with verses. So I've read up, up to this point, and it gives a good view of what Yogini Ekadashi, why it has the name Yogini Ekadashi in relationship to Sati, wanting to be a yogini. And Narada Muni, I know that Shiva Thakur is her guru, but sometimes you need another guru to wake you up. So Narada Muni woke Sati up so that she would come back into bhakti, but it was considered such a great offense that the only thing that could actually help her out was if she took shelter of Ekadashi. In that way she could overcome all the problems. So that's actually only 7 pages of a 30-page chapter. There's quite a bit within this chapter of Yogini Ekadashi. We'll end it right there for today on this day of Yogini Ekadashi, 22nd of June here in Vraj. Other persons, they celebrated this Ekadashi on the 21st, but our Ekadashi is celebrated today because it was touched by Dasami. And we already learned that in the Mohini Ekadashi, that you cannot celebrate Ekadashi if Dasami touches it in the morning time. Whenever the sun rises, that's actually when the Ekadashi, the vrat would start in the morning, you know. So if in the morning the Dasami is touching Ekadashi, then you have to celebrate it the next day. So that's what we've done here. We're here on Dwadasi. I hope it gives some insight, and so I hope some inspiration to do Ekadashi.